Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week we're making this adorable Winnie the Pooh key cover. I'm literally just obsessed with it right now. So yeah, let's just get started with the video. So you're gonna start using the yellow yarn and you're gonna make a magic ring. Next, you're going to do 6 single crochets inside the magic ring. To single crochet, you're going to insert your hook into the magic ring, yarn over and pull through, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on your hook. You're going to repeat that so that you have 6 single crochets. Then you're going to pull on the tail of your yarn to tighten the magic ring, but you don't want to tighten it completely. You want to leave like a little loop in the center. For round 2, you're going to be increasing all around. So in each stitch, you're going to do 2 single crochets, so that by the end of round 2, you should have a total of 12 single crochets. For this pattern, you're going to be working in continuous rounds, so you're not going to be slip stitching at the end of the round. You're just going to move from round 1 to round 2 directly. For round 3, you're gonna start with 1 single crochet followed by an increase, so 2 single crochets in the same stitch, and you're gonna repeat this pattern all around of 1 single crochet followed by an increase, and by the end of the round you should have a total of 18 stitches. If you're having a hard time keeping up with the rounds, you can add a stitch marker at the beginning of each round. For round 4, you're going to start by doing 2 single crochets in the first 2 stitches, and then in the third stitch you're going to do an increase, so 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, and then you're going to repeat this pattern of 2 single crochets followed by an increase all around, so that by the end of this round you should have a total of 24 stitches. Round 5 is the last round of increasing. You're going to start by doing 3 single crochets, and then in the fourth stitch you're going to do an increase, so 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, and you're going to repeat this pattern all around, so that by the end of round 5 you should have a total of 30 stitches. Now that we're done doing increases, from round 6 till round 15, you're just going to be doing single crochets all around, where you have a total of 30 stitches in each round. So this is what the key cover is starting to look like. Now we're going to be changing color. There are 2 ways to change color. You can do it at the last stitch in round 15, where while you're doing your single crochet, after you insert your hook and yarn over, you're going to drop the yellow yarn, grab the red yarn, yarn over and pull it through the 2 loops on your hook. After you secure the tails of your yarn, you can start single crocheting for round 16. You can see that through this color change method, the place where you did the color change is kind of obvious. So now we're going to try the second method, which gives a cleaner finish. For method 2, you're going to finish round 15 normally, so I just did the last stitch here, and then you're going to let go, and then you're going to cut the yarn and leave a bit of a long tail. Then you're going to pull the yarn all the way through, and then using a needle you're going to skip that first stitch in the row, and then you're going to go into that second stitch in row 15 from the back to the front, and then you're going to go into the center of the last stitch towards the back, and that's how you create an invisible stitch. Then you're just going to weave in your tail to secure it. To add your next color, you're going to insert your hook into any stitch, and then you're gonna grab your red yarn and pull it through the stitch. And then you're going to chain 1 to start with the next round. Now that you're done with the color change, you can continue with the pattern where from round 16 till round 21 you're going to be single crocheting all around, and you will continue to have 30 stitches at the end of each round. So the base of the key cover is done. Now what's left is you're going to cut the yarn and finish off. I used the invisible stitch again just to have like a clean finish. So this is what the base looks like. Now we're going to move on to making the ears. You're going to start the ears by doing a magic ring and then doing 6 single crochets into that magic ring. Then you're going to pull on the tail of your yarn to tighten the magic ring completely. For round 2, you're going to be increasing all around, so in each stitch you're going to do 2 single crochets, and by the end of this round you should have a total of 12 stitches. Again, we're working here in continuous rounds, so there is no need to slip stitch at the end of each round. You're just going to move from one round to the other without stopping. From round 3 till round 5, you're going to be single crocheting all around, and by the end of each round you should have a total of 12 stitches. So that's it for the ear. You're just now going to cut your yarn, finish off, and make sure to leave a long tail. You're going to repeat the pattern so you create a total of 2 ears. Using the tail of your yarn, you're going to stitch the bottom of the ear by just stitching from one side to the other to close it. And when you're done, you're going to keep the remainder of your tail so that you stitch the ear to the base of the cover. Next, you're going to stitch the ears to the cover. So, using a needle and the tail of your yarn, you're going to insert it into the second round away from the center of the cover, and then you're going to pull it all the way through. And then you're going to stitch the bottom of the ear across by going from the cover to the ear and then from the ear back to the cover a couple of times so that you secure the ear. Once you're done, you're going to weave in the tail of your yarn to secure it, and then just cut any excess yarn left. Once you're done with the first ear, stitch the second ear and make sure the distance between them is equal. Start with the stopper. You're going to make a magic ring, and then you're going to make 5 single crochets inside the magic ring. Then you're gonna pull on the tail of the magic ring to tighten it completely. You're going to be working in continuous rounds, so you're gonna move on to round 2 directly and do an increase all around so that by the end you should have a total of 10 stitches. From round 3 till round 4, you're going to be single crocheting all around, and by the end of each round you should have a total of 10 stitches. For round 5, you're going to be decreasing. So you're going to insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then you're going to move on to the next stitch, yarn over and pull through. With 3 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of them. So that's your first decrease. You're going to be decreasing all around, and by the end of this round, you should have 5 stitches. You're also going to add a bit of toy stuffing inside the stopper. At the end of round 5, if you felt like you needed to add more stuffing, you can do that before you close the stopper. When you're done, you're going to cut your yarn and you're going to leave a long tail and you're going to pull it all the way through. Using the tail and your needle, you're going to stitch the bottom to close it. Once you're done stitching all around, you're going to pull on the tail of your yarn and it should tighten the loop that's at the bottom. Then you're going to insert your hook into one of the stitches, pull the yarn through, and then you're going to chain 35. To chain, you're going to be yarning over and pulling through. Once you're done, you're gonna pull the yarn all the way through, and then using your needle, you're going to stitch the end of the chains to the bottom of the stopper. You're going to stitch it a few times just to secure it, and then you're just going to weave in your end and cut any excess yarn. And that's it, the stopper is done. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your cover, and then using a hook that you're gonna insert it through the cover and then through that hole at the top, you're going to pull the stopper through. And then you're gonna grab a keychain and add it to the bottom of your chain. With that, the key cover is done. You can now add your key to it and enjoy it. And that's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!